So I almost feel that we could have a pullback in, and when we go over to a daily chart again, we'll just see the kind of movement that we've had. It's kind of these levels that I'm talking about. Let's see a pushback into like 380s. If you do get a push into 380, like we often talk about, or Neil does anyways, putting these bids down there where an area that you might like on a miss or on something dramatic that winds up happening. This is a decent area to start, I think, 380 or so. With the expected move to be 12%, that's $40 one way or the other. So you could get back into the 50-period moving average, and I like that trade. Bouncing off of it, just look at it, there's almost no better stock to watch since about a year and a half ago that's just took out and rode this 50 period all the way up. I mean, Costco comes to mind and a couple other names that only have upward trajectory, it seems like, but Spotify always dip by opportunity. So that's the name for me. And Adara tonight at 405, coming through EPS of 189 and a implied move of over 12%. Last time it moved 9%. Come on, Bitcoin, you can do it. That's basically all that I have right now. Watching out Bitcoin, hodling here, Obi.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, you know what I'm seeing, man. The strongest stock on the day out of I guess out of the Mag 7 now is Softy.
Ooh.
Literally Softy. Like if you look at Softy here, let me pull it in. I'm watching the spider here as it I guess attempts to take a bit of a slowdown here. Waiting for this 15-minute candle to print. We got 7 minutes left, but take a look at Softy. Look at this. It's been holding VWAP. This market has been, look at this quadroon. That happens in and around what, 12:45? What does Softy do? 12:45 candle, slams from high a day into VWAP, holds 420, and then bids right back up. Softy is literally the strongest Mag 7 right now. Again, we can go through all of them right now if you guys really want to. You can see Nvidia, sure, kind of sideways, right? Choppy sideways within its opening range as of right now is Nvidia. Again, Google, we can take a look at Google right here. Google, yeah, sure, we reverted very, very strong as well. But again, in terms of range, this thing got washed before it came back to high a day there. So I guess maybe if you want to consider that wash, this is maybe relatively stronger. I don't know how you would judge that, but Google pretty strong as well. Amazon right here near its highs as well. We're watching that one potentially come in. We got Apple as well. Apple's pretty much sideways. You can see that we've been chopping in a sideways range. We got Meta as well right here. Meta, relatively weak. It can't even get past its VWAP as of right now. So some of these tickers, oh boy, definitely something to watch for sure. And then also I do want to check out, again, not necessarily part of the Mag 7, but up there in the constituents. Berkshire is up there as well. AVGO is up there as well. So let's see what some of these guys are doing. AVGO to the downside. So nothing too crazy as of right now. I guess we can take a look at NFLX as well. Netflix again.
Heard of it?
Never heard of it. I mean, it's pushing all-time highs right now, Sean.
Netflix.
819 as of right now, very, very strong. So yeah, let's see what that 1245 bar looked like on Netflix. Yeah, kind of a similar story. So very, very strong on this ticker as well. But that hold on Softy looking relatively strong as of right now. So I don't know what that really means, but that grind up is absolutely crazy. Spider not really taking a significant pullback here, going a little sideways, just underneath that high. As of right now, still in this Amazon as of right now. IBIT continuing to the upside.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Money. Finally, we get some serious money on IBIT. So, I mean, we're hodling, baby. No, we're just playing around. All right, so good move up there for IBIT. I mean, right into those levels. We said, remember we did the math? It's like, can we get another 500 or 300 bucks? Where would that be? And we give it about 20 cents up. So that's exactly where we sat. So right there, we got into that. And I was like, we'll take these outs. So guess what, Obi? We'll take those outs. I mean, you and I sit here all the time and say, man, we got to make the easy trades. We got to look and see. All right, we'll take another out right there. Bang.
Bang, bang.
I mean, you guys got Bitcoins in that? We got to make some Bitcoins in his little popcorn thing there, man. You don't want movie tickets no more. All right, nice move there. We have been getting more and more out of Nvidia. It's just not reacting the same way I thought it would. So we'll take another piece out right there at 24s, 25s, or sorry, that's 32s. That's 26 is. So now we'll wait. I'm going to put another offer up here at 46 if we can get that. Oh, baby, come on, let's go. We got to break. Let's go. Break. If we could get up to 90,000, that should put us right back up into here, right? So every $300 is about 20 or so cents. We've done a little bit of work there. So 20 cents more into that puts us right up here. I think that's something possible. Oh, gosh. You know what's reporting tonight? Oh, she does have it. It's Mara. Mara right now reporting tonight. Didn't even realize that. Tonight on the recap show is Mara.
Oh,
and guess what? They don't even make money. Their estimated EPS minus 25 cents. That don't matter, apparently. You are mining Bitcoin right now. Okay? They had to... Okay, here we go. Crypto's trying to go. But the thing is that the hash rate's cut in half.
Yeah.
So that was what, a month and a half ago or something, the last Bitcoin halving. Apparently there's 39 Bitcoin halving cycles and we're in like cycle 5 or something. So there's going to be a lot of more work to get done as far as hash rates are concerned. I'm not sure I love Mara for that reason, but it's really trading well. And with earnings coming tonight at 4:35, we'll have to wait to see what's going on with Mara. But oh boy, we just stopped again at O's. I'm going to take another piece right here. We can take 5% out at a time. I'm going to offer 95s. Maybe we can get a piece. We just stopped at 51. No reason for this name to stop at a certain specific price, in my opinion. Now it's just going to follow whatever Bitcoin does. So if we can get a little bit of a move up now in BTC, then we'll take some more out. And if it falls back in, it falls back in. We are now out of about 50% of this trade. So it hit our price target. That's what it was. So once that's hit, we take it and we live with it. So nice little trade there on Bitcoin. And then NVIDIA, well, not so much right now. We're already getting out of NVIDIA if it breaks below VWAP right here. So I do have a bid to get more at 148.05. If that happens, great. That'll put, not great, but that'll put our average price probably at, let's call it 8 or so. Yeah, crypto just hit us again. We just got out more. So we are going to play this for about, our average price is 8. We're going to get out if it breaks 90. So we'll play this for about 20 cents worth of risk. Here it comes right now, NVIDIA, 20 to 25 cents worth of risk. So share size accordingly. We're about to get filled. I'm going to take a piece right here just in case we don't get those 05s. I'll take a 10s. There we go. We get a little bit filled there at 10. We'll add a bit more here at 05. Oh no. I hate when it just stops at you and then, like, I'd rather get the fill and then deal with it after instead of, like, having regrets. I just saw We're the Millers again and I saw that guy's tattoo there.
Yeah.
No regrets.
No regrets.
And the guy's like, you sure you don't have any, no regrets in life? Like, not like a letter or anything like that you regret? Or the guy's like, no, what are you talking about? There. So I'm not going to have any regrets with this NVIDIA trade because it's made us money to this point. So, but not anymore. We are long right now. At that price that we said, we'd be long at 147.07, giving it not too much longer. We're almost flattened. Breakthrough 85s is what we're giving this. So that would be about 20 cents or so on the hit now for NVDA. So we'd like to see this get back up into the 30s again to make any sense.
And it's funny you were talking about the Bitcoin miners. I just messaged my friend last night. He's a very avid Bitcoin miner. He had kind of shut off his operations for many years. And I was just like, hey, Bitcoin now all-time highs. Would it be profitable to mine some Bitcoin? And he was like, well, I have some sort of like super energy saver program at nighttime. So if I mined it at nighttime, then yeah, it would be profitable. And I was like, okay, cool, nice. I mean, that's good stuff. That's one of the issues, right? The cost of business has to kind of make sense. But again, if you're in it for the long run and you're just accumulating Bitcoin, then maybe you're running operations at negative, I guess, you're running in the negatives maybe. We're taking a bit of a pullback here. Second 15-minute red candle here on both the ES and the NASDAQ. So let's see if we can take a pullback into that VWAP. Just a few points away on that one there. So just patiently waiting for that one. We are in power hour. It is 3:15, only about 45 minutes left. DJ K saying we can play a drinking game every time Obi says, oh boy, we take a shot. Oh boy, you do not want to play that game.
Do not.
Trust me, we don't want to play that game. Yeah, exactly. You better have a couple bottles ready. Let me just tell you, and that's just for the morning session.
It says ram. You'll be
exactly.
Quick time. I probably have things that I say all the time too. So be careful with those bets. And thankfully, we don't have any more I say that, I hear a little bit now, but thanks to...
Oh, yeah, exactly. You say that and they suddenly start...
Thanks to everybody, just thanks to the staff there. It looks like they've quit, or the construction workers for a minute. Maybe they're working on another side of the building and
maybe,
come back over here after 4:30, hopefully.
Yeah.
Adair, myself, and Brian Shannon coming.
Nice.
All right, it should be good. All right, so IBIT there. We got out there at the top there around 51. I mean, we basically pegged that area. We talked about it.
Spider.
A bunch.
Sorry.
I don't know if there was like a fake spider there again.
I mean, no. Yeah, maybe. I'm like, spider.
You were like, spider. I was like, oh no. I was like, this is a Neil thing.
The arachnid.
The arachnid. So we did
SPY.
get stopped out of NVIDIA there, but I'm going to put that back in 147.79 as our new stop out spot. It did break it down there. Not great. I don't want to be, don't tell me we got stopped out at the very bottom. That would be no good. Let's see. Go into meme crazy. That would be nice right now. We're sitting there at 99. Take a look. Oh, that couldn't have happened before. Come on, my guy. All right. Well, we're starting to go back upside now. Let's put some more into the O's and whatnot. We'll make back a little bit there. We did drop out, so it did break that bottom, but then we wicked it and then just ripped back up. So I tried to join the party back there to the upside, but the best we got was O's, and that's where we are right now. 99s and or O's off of a long 91 on a little bit of a reload there for NVIDIA. Definitely a name I want to be long. It's just a matter of what's going to happen at VWAP right now. The market looks like it wants to break for sure, but if it does hold and revert back up, we just saw what happens there to NVIDIA. What if we actually get a move back up to the 50 period? I think we'll like this even more. We did have a retracement back down there for IBIT. Pretty dramatically. So now that I see this move, we are long at 67s. I'm going to put out, let's put out 10% at 80s. Maybe we can get that dip by opportunity right there as well. So you're short everything. I'm trying to go long. At least I'm long IBIT. I feel like I'm not fighting you that much. The NVIDIA trade is one that I think we're both trying to be patient with what our positions are.
Yeah, I think, I mean, I'm looking for that pullback. That pullback's coming in on the again on the spider, but not really the Amazon. So it seems like the Amazon may be holding up the spider.
The Amazon.
We'll see. Softy, maybe a bit of a pullback. I like that pullback on the futures. Again, I said that the futures looks pretty clean, and I want to exercise that idea on the spider, and that spider coming right back up into VWAP there. So again, I got to make a bit of a decision here as it pulls into VWAP going into the end of the day here. Again, what is it? It's 318 as of right now. So a bit of a pullback here. Nothing too crazy in terms of risk to reward. I guess it was much nicer here on the ES rather than the spider, but it is coming in a little bit onto VWAP. So let's see if we hold VWAP or do we break VWAP. Or do we just consolidate here? Again, only about a few more, two more, maybe 2.5 roughly more 15-minute candles left on the day to print. Let's see how these guys print right here. Again, we did catch an aggressive bid all the way from 1 o'clock coming into the last hour here. We're taking a little bit of a breather going into the close with only about 40 minutes left. It is 319 right now. So VWAP test on the SPY. Let's see if we can get a bit of a pullback here coming in. Short on Amazon, short on the spider. Let's see what else. I was trying to look for other things that I can potentially short that look good, and I was like, Alphabet's really strong, Softy's really strong. So in terms of extension down to VWAP, yeah, sure, they can give you a bigger move, but I'm looking for something that's showing me more. And I think that that lick grab of pre-market highs on Amazon was nice, but it's not really following through. And a similar kind of story with Spider, where it's like, all right, well, we don't even get to day highs. We kind of pull back in at a lower high here. So at a lower high relative to the opening range high right there, and then you break that 15-minute bar hold as well. But you can see that aggressive bid coming in off of that VWAP as of right now, with only about 10 minutes, just under 10 minutes. So maybe not only 10 minutes left for that 15-minute candle to print. So we still got some time there. I'll stay patient, stay watching this. If it's going to continue that bid up and aggressively break through, then that's perfectly fine. We can stop out and get right back in again if the trade continues to be there. And if it's not going to be there, that's fine as well. You can see that push right back up. Again, that key area that I want to keep watching is that 21,200, and I guess that's 60.25 here on the ES as well. Tesla, pretty much chopping around in these 29s and 30s right here on Tesla. It's found a bit of a base, maybe some buying meeting, some selling here as it went sideways in and around this 330, 327 area. Again, that 320, what was that prior week high? Prior week high was at 328.71. The prior week close at 321.22. Didn't quite get to the prior week close, but it seems to be chopping just above that prior week high. So this week still holding that prior week high, which is interesting stuff. Here comes a bit of a leg down there on, you mean the bid?
Yeah, I mean the SPY I think is coming.
Yeah, it came a little bit down there. I saw that pull back in, but again, still have 8 minutes for this candle to print. It could chop around a lot in that 8 minutes until it kind of finishes printing. So I'm curious to know what the next 15-minute bar will print. We've had, if this closes red, that will be 3 red candles since that run up there. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 green candles in a row. 3 reds. So red light, green light, Sean.
Yeah, we're doing the same thing with IBIT here. It's the only stock that we have. We got in and out of NVIDIA. You guys saw us take that. That broke lower. NVIDIA's at 147.75. So that trade does not work. Well, basically a flat trade at the end of the day. IBIT came right up to our area again, man. So we took some more out. We took some 92s. And we just got a 97 again. So hopefully this will work. You talked about looking for different things to trade. That could be that Soundhound is after the bell. We can have a quick look at that 7. So that's down a little bit now. Didn't really get any volume spikes coming through. So we'll have to wait to see if Soundhound wants to give us anything into that. What else is after hours? We have Occidental coming through after hours when, this is a 4% move, but possible. Trying to hold that 50 mark. Once this chart opens up, you'll see, right into here. So, I mean, Occidental, this looks pretty bad. Again, I know this is another name that Neil has. He was trying to play it off Berkshire, and that bounce level was $56. Once we broke there, had to move back up to it, then it was back down in. I don't actually know if Berkshire is still, I'm sure they're still in it, but I don't know the weighting on that for Occidental. They're coming out today as well. That's at 4:15. Rocket Labs as well. Ooh, everyone's favorite IPO, Kava, out today as well. Expecting a nice EPS of 11 cents right now. Kava, that stock has been absolutely fire. We were doing the show last time, and I believe this was one of the earnings reports back into here in August, where we had a huge move down, and then it was just bought up the rest of the way. So Kava, again, huge. Last earnings report, we were down here $79, $80, up to $144. That is almost a double in 3 months for Kava, as people getting very excited about that Greek food. EPS looking for 11 cents. Applied move 12% right now. Get your souvlaki's while you can. Okay, Instacart, which is now called something else, isn't it? No, it still says cart on ours. No, it's called something else, isn't it? Maple Bear.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You didn't know?
Yeah, I think, Maple Bear.
Yeah, Maple Bear, man.
That IPO.
Yeah. So there it is. So Maple Bear. Right now, that cart is looking at an EPS of 22 cents. Again, another name here that is all the way up. Some of these names just huge since we talked about them last time off earnings. So there's their August report, and then now you're up about, from 31 to 47. You ever use anything other than Uber Eats, or you ever use Uber Eats or anything?
Uber Eats depends on the restaurant. Some of them might not have Uber Eats, so skip the dishes. DoorDash, I think I have all of them there. But it seems like Uber tends to have most of the restaurants. So I tend to use most of them.
Spotify and
depending
Rumble
on the situation.
Takes it out. All right, so we'll see what happens with Instacart. We saw DoorDash. They had a deal there the other day, DASH. DoorDash had a deal the other day with Lyft. So that, I don't know if that, what? How come every stock I call up, look at this.
Would you look at that?
Oh, yeah. Would you look at this?
Would you look at that?
We haven't done this in about 45 minutes, so we'll do it again. Would you look at this, Obi?
Just look at it. Just take a look at it.
Take a look at this for me if you can. Nice move to the upside. 176. These guys are reporting tonight.
Is that a day? Oh, I thought that was a minute chart.
Oh, no. I'm just looking at Dash. They're not reporting tonight. But look at this name.
Oh, my God.
Just continuously. Have they reported yet? DoorDash. Hold on a second here, Obi. DASH. I did it again. DASH. DoorDash right there. When are we? October 30th. They've already reported. Wow, changed since January, only 80%, but add another move up today. Nice one there for DoorDash. Wow. Maybe Instacart, AKA Maple Bear, is the stock to own, man. IBIT apparently is as well. Come on. Can we not get to 90,000 by 4 o'clock?
I don't know. We got about 30, 34 minutes left. I mean,
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So about 4 minutes left on that 15-minute candle to print, and we're getting some selling coming here across the board. I'm seeing flashes of red on Tesla, a little bit on the spider as well, but Tesla definitely taking a bit of a pullback below that 330 mark as of right now. Still kind of sideways on the day within some of that prior session, I guess midday session range as of right now. Spider taking a bit of a pullback though. I like that. Let's see if we can get to 597s here as this bar extends down into VWAP. Again, 3 minutes and 24 seconds left on the 15-minute bar to print as well. So gonna continue watching that. Bitcoin still holding, man. 89 halves. We're trading just underneath that on Bitcoin right there.
Have you taken any out of that SPY, or you're just waiting for that to close?
I don't know. Maybe I should.
Have you taken any out so far? No.
No.
Okay. That's what I was
Should I hit the mock?
You want to explain what the mock is?
Market on close?
My answer, no.
No? Okay.
So the only reason, so you said market on close. So we have order types right now where you just put it in, set it and forget it, basically.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the lazy way of trading. Not that
Is
it's
it?
lazy.
No, I mean, think about it. If I have enough liquidity,
fine.
if I have enough inventory and I want to get out, what other place than the auction?
Just by hitting bid?
Yeah, but what if you want to?
You could put any shares you want. You're
say I
not
have 100,000 shares.
I'm talking about us as prop traders. I mean, I understand that you're not preventing the spiders move, nor am I, nor is anybody around here. Only because, man, I've seen like 50,000 shares. We've seen levels of that video.
Of course.
Literally,
we've seen them take out
hundreds. We're just joking.
Like right now, like I can just probably look at Tesla. Like I have right here. Look, perfect, right here. So someone on a K gate, so that's an Edge X right there. 23,000, just slapping that ask. 23,000 on an Edge A. So
we went there, right?
Okay. So that's the kind of size that can go through. Some of these names are really, really liquid. So, but yeah, no, you know what I'm talking about. Without really wiping the book. I think the opening and closing place auctions are a great place to kind of get some decent size.
We're like about $1,000 in the money. So funny to say it like that if we were trading Bitcoin, obviously. We're nowhere near that much money even on this trade, of course, because we gotten some out here, and we never took enough shares to make $1,000 on a that's a 50-cent move. I mean, we could have, but there it is, nice move to the upside right there for IBIT. Yeah, we don't have a maximum position or anything on it, but we do have a good one, as here comes IBIT right back into these levels. Again, this has been fun to trade. I think we're going to start keeping IBIT on our watch just a little bit more. I mean, we've had Mara on there for a minute. I've really ignored Coinbase, and the reason why is I just think that once the market opens up and we can start to look at some levels here, there hasn't been much else. I mean, I heard Joe talking about it, and he's just like, man, we just got to start looking at IBIT and start looking at Bitcoin. I mean, it's what's moving. It was on our radar here today on the sticky note. It was all that we were talking about off the open. I mean, you open up Twitter, you open up Swaggy stocks, Reddit, anything like that. Everyone's wondering what's going on with that, with IBIT and Bitcoin. Why? Because we are now $500 away from all-time highs. I mean, we broke 90, or we did not break 90,000. We came close enough to doing that. We'll see if we could do it again. And here's what a chart of BTC is looking like, my guy. Right now, there it is right there, 89,934. As we wait for Bitcoin to do that one more time. Let's go into a 1 minute chart here just to have a quick look. So we just bought these dips. Like, there's me buying these dips at 3 o'clock. So that just worked out great. Like I said, about $1,000 in the money as we continue to watch this, but not in the money. I shouldn't say in the money. That's not what it means. I don't know, because I don't know what a percent that was. I guess it's $1,000 on 88.5. I still don't know what it is. But there it is. Nice move up. Right now about 1%. Nice move. 89.5. We'll figure out what's going on there. That high is 89. Well, I have written down here 89.78. So I don't know if that's true or not, but that was just a minute ago. We did have it overnight, right? So we just touched, I didn't even realize that we came within, again, another $200. I think we could do that again. So here's just a bigger chart that I was looking at from yesterday. There's 90,000, drops right into the 50 period again, and then blasts higher. So let's get one more run on BTC here to end the day. So again, another out on the high side. We just took a piece of, we were doing that, 5106. Hopefully we can hold out. Let's be patient with it. I mean, I like the trade here on BTC.
Yeah, no, I think some decent opportunities on a lot of those tickers here. So Tesla taking a bit of a sell-off there as well, coming right back into this prior low here at 327 halves. So going to continue watching that one. That prior bar kind of taking a bit of a bounce off of that level, but nothing too crazy just yet. Spider kind of finally back down at VWAP, did cover a little piece there. Now again, just testing out an idea, right? I'm like, all right, well, don't necessarily trade the futures of the Spider very often, but I do kind of use those instruments or those vehicles to kind of take trades on the constituents. But yeah, that's some distinct action there on both the futures, and I was like, all right, well, if that bid's going to dissipate and fall off, I do want to take a bit of a stab at that. Seems like that reversion of VWAP coming in quite nice, but again, if you guys measure this trade, again, it's not the best in terms of risk to reward, right? So kind of just if you just take that, I can show you what I took right here. Boom, maybe risking to there for a pull into VWAP. That's pretty much a 1-to-1, right? So nothing too crazy, just a quick scalp. And I think 1-to-1s are not too bad for a quick scalp, especially if you like the probabilities of them. But yeah, no, taking a bit of a pullback here. 597s incoming, and we just started printing a fresh new candle here on the 15-minute chart. So let's see if this candle holds below VWAP for a lot of these names. Again, we're trading below that 21,200. We attempted to push that off of a strong bid, and we're taking a bit of a breather here on the Nasdaq. So something that is continuing to stay strong, though, interestingly enough, is Google. I guess searching its way towards a new high here on Google, as that high 182.27 trading at 182.19 right now. Look at that bid, man, absolutely crazy. So maybe I was wrong. Softy might not be the strongest Mag 7. It might as well be Google, but yeah, Softy still hasn't necessarily broken its highs as well just yet. So going to continue watching this. We don't have too much time left there, Sean. Only about 27 minutes until the bell closes.
Yeah, we're going to have to pay attention to whatever these imbalances come out as. We'll take another out right there we took out 20% of what we have left there on IBIT. Again, I'm going to try to, I don't have no more offers at all. We'll wait to see if we can get high. Well, that's a lie. I have an offer up here again. We actually wicked the high of the day right there on IBIT. We're going to see if we can catch that again. 51.18 with IBIT. Hopefully we'll be able to get that fill. But for now, we got to go over to the screen with Adara.
As we always do here, about halfway into Power Hour, around 3:30, we'll take a look here at some of the largest movers to the upside and the downside on the S&P 500 that maybe we haven't discussed as much. So for today, what I wanted to do is take a look at some of those larger movers here to the downside by more than 5% each. Starting here with GEV. This is GE Vernova, apparently the company's CEO. It's worth noting here, GE Vernova is the world's third largest wind turbine manufacturer by market share. Apparently, the CEO of GEV saying that going to be shelving his search for new offshore turbine orders. For now, just waiting for improvement here in market conditions as reported by Financial Times. So GEV shelving as of right now its search for new offshore turbine orders. Not a great look here apparently for the stock. Then we have Amgen, AMGN. Sean mentioned this one earlier today, down about 7%, with Cantor Fitzgerald actually maintaining a $405 price target and a positive rating for the stock, mentioning that there are some risks with regards to its pipeline and one of its trials. So AMGN to the downside. Then we have SMCI trying here to break below this, as of right now, pretty strong support at 21.75. This chart next to me is as per Benzinga. This is going to be the short float chart for SMCI in the last 3 months. As you can see, it kind of goes up exponentially as we have more turmoil in the company in late September, early October. And this most recent bar, though slightly smaller, shows there's a decrease in the short position. So slightly smaller short float apparently here for SMCI. Down, though, about 7% with no other catalyst, guys.
Adara for that.
Like some SMCI. So you can start. So you're going to start to get some 13F filings right now. So here's Pershing Square, and again, this is just going to be a little bit of their portfolio. So you're going to see what they're doing right now. They own 9 stocks, portfolio value $10 billion. I guess that is, or is that? Yeah, that's billions, I guess. All right, so you're going to see here, number of shares, just 28 million right there of Chipotle, reduced 22% there. They recently bought Nike, Brookfield. We know about Nike. We talked about Bill Ackman. I think he took a activist position there in Nike. Google as well, obviously a big position there, reduced by 8% as well. These are all reductions. There's Google again, Howard Hughes. QSR, that's Tim Hortons. They actually missed. That's going to be Tim Hortons and Popeyes. Those franchises there missed as well. Chipotle, which is interesting. That's a reduction. And remember, this is as of June 30th there. So good little look there. Thanks, Brendo. He just dropped that to us as well. News a little bit about Apple. I did not hear exactly what it was. Apple to launch AI-powered smart home device. Apple to launch AI-powered smart home device as early as March. Smart home device.
Thermostat?
So
you mean like... like an Alexa or like...
they already have that. They have this called
Echo.
Google Home or whatever, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, not Google. I mean, Apple.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
Apple.
Watch them be like, we're the
like
first ones to do this.
No, the Apple.
How much you want to bet
Home.
they're going to...
Because Randy's talked about having a bunch of those. Maybe I'm wrong. All right, we're going to go over to Adara, and then we'll come back and discuss what exactly Apple's doing.
This part of the show is brought to you by eSignal. Trade smarter, not harder. Upgrade to an elite trading experience where you can analyze, strategize, and capitalize and help you foresee profitable opportunities with the platform that you need. It provides infinite data for instant trading, so you can know where the market's moving before others with lightning fast data and charts that change the game. Customize and analyze the markets faster, your way. There's also better backtesting and scanning to help you predict the future by understanding the past. And work with reliable real-time data, up to the second market info from hundreds of global markets. There's everything you need, all in one place. Don't miss a beat. Execute your best trades now with eSignal. Are you ready to elevate your trading? Just scan the QR code or click the link in the description.
I mean, thank you, Adara. Great read there. I feel like it is very important that you have to elevate your trading every day. And do that with eSignal. And yeah, join the eSignal revolution right there by scanning that QR code.
Elevate.
Below. Is that what it is? An eSignal revolution, did I just say? All right, so we'll join that. I like eSignal, of course, as we continue to use it here live every single day on the show. I like the reliability, and those are the charts that I pull down all the time. We're using right now Real Trading's charts. And I mean, these are fine. They work out good. They show our executions, very, very easy to use as well. Join us here. I mean, our advantage really is the execution and how fast we can execute on the market and our fee structure and things like that. So that's what we're doing. That's Apple right now. I wanted to look at that. I mean, I don't know what that's all about, but the market is going upside right now. So it's kind of not worried too much about whatever this Apple Home mini iPad thingamajigger thing is going to be. But there it is, a nice downside move there for Apple coming back in as the market goes back to the upside. Oh boy, did not want to get involved in this one, so that's fine. I'm not going to say my bad or anything like that. We tried NVIDIA. It did make a move down. We turned our focus on IBIT, and boy, oh boy, there you go. Where's that drinking game again? We are glad that we didn't execute on anything other than IBIT. I mean, we made some money back here. That was a real good trade. Focusing on this, being able to watch out for Bitcoin down here, and then thinking that we did have a run into it into the close. I mean, yesterday's movement into the close, you could see ramps. I mean, look, the imbalances came out and the whole market fell, so that's what we have to worry about in 10 minutes. But you had a nice move back to the upside here, and again into the afternoon, upside until 350. Right? And so we could have a sell imbalance again, and if that happens, we're going to be aware. Our stop still remains the same. If we break this level, we're out. So we did talk about that. We do. I mean, I do like that level. So hopefully we're able to make a little bit of money on some of this position that we have left. Let's see an upside push. I am waiting at 51.15. So basically, we just turned around from there. That's where I'm going to try to get some more shares for our position and an average in here on IBIT. We've averaged into it. We're long at 50.60. So it's a 50-cent winner. But again, because we had to average in, we're not making 50 cents clean on all of them. We do the first in, first out. So as that's what we have left, 50.60. And man, I'm glad that we averaged into it, right? I mean, some positions you're going to wonder, what have I done? But that average in gave us 10 cents worth of risk to this nice upside, take right here. So well done there to average back into it. IBIT just continues to hopefully get a little bit higher as 340 approaches. Palantir. Is there any other names in the chat you guys want us to look at? Yeah, Upstart. Wow. Upstart. MSTR, new all-time high. You're right about that, Darwin, as MicroStrategy. I mean, I'm assuming. Wow, look at that 60 fade again for us. How many times are we going to talk about it and not do it? Man, I mean, again, probably just being influenced by Palantir, to be honest with you. But like that short came in there. We talked about it at $60 the first time, and it came in again, giving you 20 cents. Not super sexy, but 20 cents is nice at this point. All right, I'm just going to wait for but I don't have anything else on. You're flat as well.
Yeah, no, I just noticed that, I was just going through, again, a bunch of tickers that, again, I have on watch. Yeah, no, I have like, what, 3, 4, 5? Okay, so four. I guess, yeah, four different kind of windows with 8 tickers each, kind of going through them, kind of stuff that's in play and stuff like that. So again, it gives me an easier way to kind of keep perspective on all the names that I'm kind of interested in on the day or on the week, perhaps, or what I think is in play currently. And Shopify just broke below its anchored VWAP. So we know that it's been holding above it all day, holding it as support, hovering above it, coming down into it. You can see it holds 111s here as well, and finally taking back below that 110. And if you guys remember, that 110 was interesting, kind of that opening range high as well, turning back below it. So any and every long that came in above that 110, and that means anybody who got long past, I guess, around 10 a.m. all the way until 3:30 is a little bit underwater there, and decent chunk of daily volume being done during that time period. We're trading below that right now, so let's see if we can find some potential support, and if not, maybe some of those buyers and those longs become into sellers going into the end of the day here. I'm going to look for that retest of that 111 to see if we can find anything there. But take a look at the NASDAQ, man. We're coming right back up into that 21,200. So yeah, I did kind of piece out of both my Amazon and the Spider short. And as you can see, the Spider right there comes aggressively wicks back up into VWAP there. I don't necessarily want that with, again, 20 minutes left. Almost finished printing. 2 more minutes to finish printing this second last 15-minute candle of the day there. So I'm just gonna, again, be a little patient here as it comes in, and the end of the day could be a little volatile. I just don't want to be necessarily risk on for that. Caught the move that I kind of wanted off of that pullback there. Something to note as well, Apple, I'm watching. So we did get a bit of increased volume, I guess, with some of that news coming in, that Apple Home or whatever. Look at that. Oh boy. Wicks
I made that part up,
range.
the Apple Home part. I have no idea.
Or yeah, it was the AI device.
Smart home AI device.
Smart home AI device.
AI-powered smart home device.
Sells off on strong volume on that, I guess. So you can see that volume bar on that 3-minute right there, kind of wicks that range. We've been ranging flat sideways since about 1:30 all the way into that news that comes out at 3:30. It's almost about 2 hours of a tight range, and we wick the highs, and then we get some strong volume down towards, or trading a little bit lower there on Apple. So let's see what we do going into the close. Day low sitting at 223s. What's up, Adara?
Here's some more details on that Apple story here, AAPL. So Bloomberg reporting that the company is looking to launch this device as early as March, basically competing here with AMZN and GOOGL, 2 fellow Mag 7 names here. Also, apparently the device is going to be integrating cameras with cameras and doorbells. And of course, like with most products in the Apple ecosystem, it's going to be compatible with other Apple apps. Specifically here, they mentioned FaceTime, Siri, and Apple Intelligence features. So we have that AI integration, but also FaceTime and Siri apparently integrated as well. This is going to be as early as March for AAPL's alleged or reported AI-powered smart home launch, guys.
Launch.
Okay, all right. So not only are they collecting your data, now they'll be able to watch you at the same time while they do that.
You think he's going to have a camera on? Yeah, I mean, that'd be very similar to Google, right? Of course.
Yeah, I mean, there you
go. So there we go. Yeah, I mean, this is what it is. This is why we own the stocks, you know what I mean?
Telling you, the best thing about Apple is its stock. That's all.
Yeah, we don't worry too much about that one. All right, so again, IBIT. Good, bang, let's go. We get the price we wanted, man. I mean, there it is right there. We actually took a 12 as it comes back up. I mean, I was like, we're waiting for 15s. 15's gonna come out. There it goes, 16s, 17s, 18s. All right, let's go. All right, we're gonna break. We are going to break all-time highs, right? No, I mean, I hope so, through 90,000. It looks like we're trying to get there right now. Bitcoin, 89.65. So we're taking some pieces out here as we go up into that all-time high again. We already have an out right there. We're gonna try to go. I have another piece here. We only have about 10%. We have more than 10% left, but I'm gonna try to get out 10% what we have left up here in and around 51.20s again. So I do have an offer sitting there at 51.20 just to see what we can do with that. So that's going to be an area of concern for me to get out more right there. So, oh boy, we did get a super chat in. I want to thank very much to Easy Peasy saying he loving with Sean and Obi right there. Future #1 combo, Sean and Obi. We're working on getting there. So thank you so much for that. Of course, we say shout out to Neil, who is spending time in lovely Rome right now, and he'll be taking back. This is the captain's chair. That is the, what do you call, beside the captain's chair would be lieutenant's chair?
I have no idea.
We're taking that seat back as we go. So, all right, coming back in right now is IBIT. We don't have any other positions on. So what we're talking about here is the mock as we get closer and closer to the imbalances here in the day. So this will load up, right? And when we see the mock here at the end of the day, it will update at 350. Right now we have Royal Bank right here as a bid. The most celebrated Canadian bank as far as like moves are concerned and whatnot. Many of these banks have been getting absolutely destroyed, but not Royal Bank as of late. There it is right there in Canada. So nice move up as opposed to TD Bank. Not much action on it though. It's not a tradable stock. Palantir is going to have a bid underneath it. So we did this last time. We said how foolish we were trading this name into bids and offers at 350. So we'll leave a lot of this alone. But come through, the NASDAQ will hit. I'm completely fine with it. We actually saw IBIT yesterday. First of all, we're 3 cents away from getting out another piece right now on IBIT. So hopefully we'll get that before it happens. We saw yesterday at 350. I guess it was a sell, and it fell back in pretty good. So yesterday's IBIT trade at 350 was right here. So that's 350. And then there's the move. So that's basically 49.90-ish down to 49.50s. So a real good move until the closing bell, and then we shot back up. So we gave back about 50 cents there into the close. So look, worried about it? Yes. We're already up here though. So, and we've been taking out, what time is it? 47s. Yep. All right. You know what? I'm gonna cancel. There you go. I'm gonna cancel my 20s. Just take out 15s right there. Get a piece out just because if we do fall back in, then once again I'd feel pretty silly talking about it and not acting on it. So we'll take out another piece right there and now wait to see into the close if we can or cannot get those bids. So right now that's what we're waiting for. Hopefully it comes in and it'll be a buy, and then this will shoot up and give us those 51.20s. Other than that, I don't know, any words on close? I don't think it's, you probably won't take a trade. I'm guessing, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I think it's too risky heading into the close at 350. Put on anything in the Mag 7.
Oh, well, yeah, maybe. Do
you ever consider that at all? Or
I've done that before, I guess, but nothing without any like serious risk on. Just
if there's any sort of imbalance
ideas
or anything.
But yeah, taking the imbalance itself is probably the better trade there instead of, unless you have stats on potential closes relative to how we've done, during the day. I don't know. Trading a little bit lower here on Apple. Just watching that Apple move come in here. So I was just checking. We were talking about Neil being in Rome. I'm like, okay, what's the temperature in Rome looking like right now relative to Toronto? That's kind of what I was looking at right there. And 10 degrees right now with 17 highs.
Beautiful.
In the teens, kind of sunny. It doesn't get sunny till Friday, Saturday, I guess. But Toronto, oh boy. Again, this is in degrees Celsius, guys. So if you guys want Fahrenheit, there's your Fahrenheit 50s. So it's in the 60s and 50s in terms of Fahrenheit. So just to cater to our American audience right there.
Very smart man, because it gets warm in Italy in the summer. When I was there with my family, I think it was 40 maybe Celsius. Talking about like 100 Fahrenheit or something like that.
Yeah, no, that's pretty hot.
It is really in the middle of Europe. Like that's it's hot. All right, 10 seconds to go here into the close, Obi. So we'll get this all locked and loaded here. We'll call up the NASDAQ for the source, and we'll see what ends up happening here. Hopefully IBIT shoots higher. We don't have any offers though, so let's see what happens with IBIT. We are hoping for a bid. What is TWKS?
I'm sorry, what?
TWKS, Twinkies or something? I'm not joking. Like, what is TWKS? There could be a No, ThoughtWorks, not Twinkies. Twinkies, didn't they have an IPO? Anyways, this name's getting hit right now, boy. A 10 million, 11 million shares sell. This name, look at this. Look at the volume coming in right now on Twink Shop. No, ThoughtWorks Holdings, nice downside move right there. The TLT also making a move in there now as well. That's a nice bid. Microsoft catches a bid. Giddy up on that one. 424, nice move there for Microsoft. Amazon. All right, wick down there, wicks down. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, that's 208.75. That wick down there is 208.34. So it goes down 50 cents. And if you get stopped out, you get stopped out. Oh, boy. IBIT, there it is. Come on, IBIT. I mean, we talked about wanting this move. Now you're just not going to do anything about it. Whoopsies. What did I just do there? All right, I'm going to put a 19. I think I just canceled my 20s by accident. All right, so we'll get out at 19 there. Now let's wait to see what happens here. IBIT starting to go back upside right now. Good trade on this one, man. It looks like IBIT and NASDAQ trying to break. There's Grab. They're reporting tonight. IBIT, here we go. We are getting ready for all-time highs right now on Bitcoin. 89.7 coming in. We touched and wicked 90 overnight there. So we'll see. This is basically intraday highs right now. We just took another piece out. We already have IBIT out up here. We have it out again right now. Let's wait to see what happens now, Obi, as Bitcoin and IBIT 89.7 right now, trying to take out 90,000 on BTC. Google with a sell. 182. So I got out some of that at 180.50 at lunch. Too bad. You'll never make the right decisions. All right, that's that trade. IBIT's trying to work out for us. I'm going to try to hold this at least till 350. You know what? Maybe one more out. You know what? No, let's go. 89.7. Maybe we bounce. We only have about 10% now left of our total position, so fine with it. Made some money. Have to be happy with it. IBIT still working. It looks like it's trying to go higher now with that sell imbalance. And that ThoughtWorks. Just quickly, let's go back to ThoughtWorks quickly, and then I'll throw it to see if you have any ThoughtWorks as well. All right, so it goes down to 44s. So it's not like it was a huge move. If you come over to the chart just real quickly, Ramin, and then we'll be done with that in a second. Ramin, we can come over. There it is, right there, 44s. So it only goes as low as 44. So again, probably some indexed action there. We just saw a pair off. As this gets closer and closer to parity, you will see a move back up to the upside. So TWKS has to be something going on with that stock today. Maybe it's like a move from the Russell, something to something else. Right now, TWKS, nice downside sell action on that one.
Yeah,
and
I was looking
crypto's
at that
falling
one
out a little bit as well.
Yeah, nothing too crazy. Shopify, again, trading much lower right there. 109, so that 110 broke right there. As well. Market's taking a bit of a pullback right here, and then we were talking about that Amazon. I did not hold, and Sean, look at where we're catching a bid right now. I mean, boom, 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 right?
On your line?
On the line, right there. So again, interesting action right there. Getting a little lucky with that price action, respecting arbitrary line that I drew on the chart there.
Well, it's not arbitrary. So, why did you draw that line?
I mean, I saw a bit of a trend. And I put the line in there. I saw 2 points where I can potentially be like, all right, participants here and here look interesting. So that's where I want my 2 points on the line to come off of. And it seems like that's where we're catching a little bit of a bid on Amazon going into the close here, trading at 208.30s right here. And I think my average ended up being, I think I was in and around 209s, if I remember correctly.
That's what I was trying to say. Like, it's not necessarily arbitrary. You drew it. There was a trend line there.
I mean, there's a bit of a balance right there. You can see that it's like violating it now. 50 seconds left to print this 3-minute candle, and we're getting an aggressive sell-off right there. So let's see. Amazon with a what is this? Amazon with a 1 million sell imbalance right there. There's the S sell imbalance. Amazon coming in quite nicely right there. So. Yeah, no, I guess it never really hit my stop, Sean, and I was just like, oh, this is trading sideways going into the imbalances, so maybe I don't necessarily want this. But those are the times where maybe I'll cover a majority of the position and leave a runner on with a tight stop that I guess removes liquidity on something like that. But catching a bit of a bid here on Tesla, so Tesla ends up closing in and around this 329, 327 area here. That 328.70s was that prior week high. So it seems like as of right now, we are closing just in and around that prior week high. It is the middle of the week. It is Tuesday, Sean, and we have only 5 minutes left until the closing bell. So it should be interesting going into the close. Not really seeing anything too crazy with only about a few more minutes left here. So yeah, Let us know in the chat. What were some of your guys' best trades on the day? Take a look at Apple reverting that sell-off as well on the AI home device, whatever.
We're going to break 90,000
right there. We're going to break 90,000, says Sean there on Bitcoin. So is that going to come in, you think, going into the close or maybe after hours? Again, we have about
I don't think really
4.5 minutes left.
Bitcoin doesn't give, I don't think, a rat's, you know what?
Yeah, exactly.
Too much about all that. But, you know, IBIT does, and we have to close it out. I got to go over to the desk. We'll have Brian tonight. We have Adara. We have Spotify. I just saw Charlie in the chat was like Spotify was starting to go off a little bit there. Yes, it is. Spotify at highs of day. I mean, the market's nowhere near the high of the day. Spotify is going to close out at the highs of the day and just make us all look like. I mean, wait to see what number this comes out with, right? We're expecting a 10% move on Spotify, so that would be $40 one way or the other. We're already at all-time highs and a great little bouncing spot there on Spotify. Bounced off of that 50 period right there at 416 today. Now we start to go higher into the close for King Spot. All right, Spot BTC right now is trying to go through 90. So we're at 89.8 right here. I'm just going to watch it, see what winds up happening. Hopefully we're able to catch something on this play back up to the upside. I just offered 29s, thinking that we could spike through there on IBIT. So that's what we're trying to do right now. NVIDIA's at 148. That's trying to not make any highs or anything, but it's trying to go higher. There's NVIDIA. My number one trade as far as like a percentage win today is going to be and Tesla. Tesla's closing near the bottoms of the day. I mean, it's not exactly there, but underneath everything, well away from VWAP. So this one looks like there is going to be a slight problem here with Tesla into the close, trying to go lower. So just be careful, down 6%. Again, disaster. I don't think a disaster day, but not a great day. Down 6% here into the close. So we're going to have to be very, very careful with that one. All right, man, I got to go over to the desk. It doesn't look like we're going to be doing too much here on IBIT. I waited for that 29s. We miss it. So we're going to try to get something out here at 17s if we can. We're waiting on gateways. There it is. We get some out now at 17. And that's it. So now we are out of everything on IBIT. We clean our hands of that trade. And we say we'll see everybody tomorrow. I mean, it was a pretty active day there. Good trading on Tesla early. A little bit, we should have looked at it maybe a little bit more. I know you had a good trade there on the spiders. You asked everybody some of their best trades. I think this IBIT.
A lot of people saying, crypto and Tesla.
Crypto, yeah. I mean, that was a great dip buy opportunity there. I think we had a good Amazon run early on in the day where we spot some of that dip, and then that came in, and then pretty disciplined getting out of that there. Apple was a good one until it broke. So we shorted Apple right there. That was a huge trade. That was dollar. We come over, they're not on the screen. Okay, it doesn't matter. All right, we'll just, there it is, thank you. So there's the move down there on Apple. I didn't realize I was going over all the charts. I don't think it was on there at all. But there's the move down on Apple. Okay, it was good. So nice move down there, nice move on Apple. After that, not much else, man. IBIT, NVIDIA. NVIDIA we just danced with all day. Eventually we'll wind up flat on it as it just came back and forth there, but some nice moves to the high side. I'm still looking forward to NVIDIA for tomorrow, and we'll see what it does. Good out there on IBIT, by the way, as I just maybe jinxed it. It did not get to 89, 90,000. It's not me jinxing it, man. That's the market. It came up to 89, 90,000 again. So, all right, there's only a minute left. I'm going to switch over. Give Ramin a second to put it on to you, and then I'll get ready to rock and roll for the closing recap show. So, that being done, good job there, Obi.
Great day once again.
I'll see you Spotify.
Thank you. I asked in the chat, what were some of your guys' best trades on the day? A lot of people talking about Tesla and some crypto as well, maybe you exercising different vehicles. People were talking about using options and puts on Tesla as well. So let's take a quick look at what Tesla has done on the day today. So we were watching this one right here. Again, interestingly enough, yesterday that 350 level kind of stands out in the after hours and the pre-market session right there, maybe the overnight session as well. We hit some highs there at about 362.80 is the 4 a.m. high here on the market. We flushed down Quadunk aggressively all the way into 328s, and guess what? We're closing in and around these prices once again as well. So with only about 10 seconds left, I got to hit the countdown timer right here. But Tesla has been absolutely wild. Don't forget, we are sponsored by Worksport, WKSP, and make sure to check them out. 3, 2, and 1, and that is the close. Thank you, Adara, for that. So yeah, no, thank you again for spending your time with us. Hopefully you guys got a little bit of insight, what to do, what not to do, maybe a little bit of sprinkle of entertainment as well when it comes to trading these stocks. Now again, I'm definitely learning here. Wow, look at that order on Tesla. There's oh boy. Okay, so I kind of want to show this one right here. What is that? That's a T-gate right there. Almost 4.5 million shares traded at 328.49 right there. If on my screen right here. So should be interesting right there. I don't know if that was a closing print. I think that might have been the closing print. But a decent amount of volume. Again, we were talking about how much liquidity can be accessed on those closing and opening prints. So it's a prime example right there. Yeah, no, thank you for joining us today. I will see you guys tomorrow, but don't go anywhere. We got the market recap with Sean and Adara at the big desk. Take it easy, guys.
All right, thank you, Obi. Welcome to the after market show, the recap show here. We're very, very excited to have everybody with us as we wait for SoundHound, we wait for Spotify, we wait for Rumble, actually, again, Canadian. Stock.
I always forget they're Canadian.
Maple Bear,
right? That's true.
Skyworks out right now as well. Look, thank you, Obi, again for a great show. Not a huge market today. I mean, it looks like the Qs will wind up to the downside. FXI, the big loser today, down 3.65%. There's the Nasdaq. I mean, I took the opportunity today to sell a little bit. Not many shares though. Just got out of a little bit of Google there today. Uranium had a nice run at the end of the day. Not sure what sparked that, but a huge run in URA at the end of the day. So that's going to be a good one. And some of the Trump trade maybe winding down just a little bit. FXI downside. TAN downside. I mean, TAN hasn't been great ever since Trump came through. So there we go. Huge downside moves there as we talk more about oil maybe, and more about uranium, less about solar, as that is that TAN ETF right now. Not much green today, man. Uranium green, XLC consumer area green right there. Then communication sector, nice upside move there. XLP also a little upside on consumer staples, trying to hold the way. We did have a nice move today in Amazon. That's for sure, up that 1%, up to 209 and change. A lot of the moves, like what we didn't even look at, DJT today, that's down to 30%, down to $30 right now.
Nuclear might be on the move. I just saw a report, something pop up here, this headline popping up on Twitter from The Hill. Biden administration sets out to triple nuclear power capacity. So apparently the Biden administration, even though it is only a thing now for a couple more months, according to The Hill, is looking to triple the nuclear power capacity. So I just wanted to Right, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but keep an eye on nuclear.
No, that's probably what it was there. I mean, we were looking at why we did have that dramatic move. So here's all the sectors right here. I mean, we have XLF. What a green day it was for XLF today. Many different names showing up. I mean, it's showing green. Actually, XLF was actually down today. My bad. Right now, but 50-50 on the names. 50% up, 50% down. XLF down 0.34% today. Yeah, it doesn't look like we don't have the big names involved here. Just looks like the regionals making the moves today. JP Morgan relatively flat. Chipotle, we've got that looking out today. We had that Pershing Square filing come through today on Chipotle. That's up 2%. Just looking, what the? All right, puff pass there. MSOS today, the marijuana ETF. Why was this not on our radar? Oh. Huge move up for marijuana today at noon.
I actually did the throw here. I think you were at the gym when it happened. Basically, it was a bizarre story. So Chris Christie apparently, and I couldn't even find the citation for this, but Chris Christie basically apparently said that Trump is down for, I guess, marijuana regulation in a way that would support, I guess, MSOS and stuff. It's a very weird story. Oh, God. But that was on Twitter. Everybody liked that.
Oh, gosh. Bang, Spotify. Who's got their Spotify open? Oh, man, Adara. We are now up 11%. Why did we sell Spotify? Come over to the charts ASAP and we'll look at Spotify. There it is. Nice move to the upside right now. 456 and still going right now is Spotify. The implied move on Spotify. We'll get those numbers. Adara's searching for them. EPS 189 is what we're looking for right now. The implied move 12%. Revenue estimate 4.37 billion. So that's what we're looking for. EPS of 189. Revenues of 437. As soon as we get it, we're scouring right now.
I'm not seeing or hearing anything.
Benzinga Zynga Pro platform does not have it yet. As soon as Spotify comes out, we'll give it to you. I don't see it yet. Adara's looking. We do not want to report the wrong numbers.
No, we do not.
But there goes Spotify, nicely done to the upside. And again, on a 12% implied move, there you go. You get it. It's up 10% right now. Nice move there for Spotify. It closes the day on highs, and Spotify says, hold said beer. Nice move there. Look at the closing price right there for Spotify, coming in at 420. Now trying to pull back. Spotify, the first of the big names that I am seeing out right now. What is IBIT doing? IBIT pulling back aggressively. Man, we had a great IBIT trade. We were long IBIT down here off the close into the closing bell. Nice trade. Now IBIT pulling back off. And what a surprise. We just see this on Bitcoin right now, 89.2. So there's the pullback right now. We'll refresh this a little bit, but there's the pullback, 89.2. Nice move back in there for Bitcoin. It did have a move down 145 euros on Spotify versus 179 euros. So they actually are going to miss on their number from what I'm hearing, short on the EPS, but the guide must be popping right now. Spotify trying to get back up there to the upside. We'll have more on that as it comes through. Remember, today we had a big day for Meta as well. Meta with a nice upside move there in the middle of the day, touches $600, and then it's like, see ya $20 as the Trump administration talks kindly about ByteDance, about TikTok, about Oracle, potentially reversing that ban in in TikTok. That's going to help out Meta shareholders if you're looking to get long on dips. People did do that maybe in and around 581. StoneCo now reporting STNE. That's going to be a downside play. I'm familiar with this because of this is a Kathy Wood named StoneCo. All right, Cart, Maple Bear's out, bang. Maple Bear downside right now, down about 10%. Maple Bear opening $48. Give us $4 back right now on Maple Bear. That's Instacart is now out. That's a downside move. Just checking out on Spotify just to see what that move is still doing. Spotify holding bids. Spotify right now taking out highs right now on SPOT. Again, Adara, once those are ready, she will get that to you in just a matter of time. Oh, Playboy Group coming through. I remember this was a hot name when we had NFTs and people thought that this could have made a comeback. Playboy Group right now, I'm seeing that right here, an EPS of minus 45 cents on sales of just 12 million. Wow, how the mighty have fallen there. Playboy right now. I mean, I don't know. I don't hear anybody else talking about it right now. Probably did not make the move fast enough into digital would be my guess there for Playboy. All right, you just interrupt me if you have.
I don't really. Okay, here's the thing. I have their financial report up, so I can give you guys that. So the revenue here, we did have growth here on a year-over-year basis. Cost of revenue also grew, but gross profit up on a year-over-year basis here. Again, I'm not seeing how this compares to estimates, also because of the euro translation, but basically here, operating income, they actually made money this year. They lost money last year for the quarter, so that's good. Their finance costs, though, also looks like those grew in terms of losses here. So yeah, net income, they did make money this year. That's the biggest thing. So up year over year for most of these metrics, though it is worth noting here, they also did have increase there in their finance costs. Now, Rumble also came out. That's another one I'm seeing here. I do apologize, guys, for the lateness. Spotify. Okay, we did get Spotify growth here. I'm going to interrupt Rumble there for a second. 11% year-over-year growth here in monthly active users, MAUs. Revenue up 19% year-over-year. Gross margin here, 31.1%. Apparently, their operating income reflects significant improvement. That's according to the company. They also demonstrated strong growth in user base. Their CEO said that the company's position can be credited to its effective long-term execution. So good look there. Rumble, though, not as good of a look. Larger than expected loss per share, 15 cents versus 12 cents expected in terms of losses. And then sales, 25.1 million versus 29.25 million expected. That would be a loss. I am waiting here for any other numbers, but yeah,
anything
Instacart.
On Maple Bear right now?
Yeah, Instacart I have.
Okay.
So Instacart here, I'm going to read that up here. Earnings, okay, so they beat on EPS 42 cents versus 22 cents expected. Revenue were 852 million versus 844 million expected. That is going to be that would be a beat here across the board. Oh, their outlook would be the issue. So adjusted EBITDA outlook 230 million to 240 million versus estimates of 243.2 million. So that would be a miss the entire range of their guidance. Missing estimates Sound, I can't believe it's already 410,
Sound
guys.
right now. Sound is out now. Sound is 630 right now. We're going to go find that for you. Sound heading to the downside pretty aggressively right now. SOUN down now 19%. The implied move on SoundHound, and I know a lot of you are involved with this one. Again, a big AI name. Implied move is only 16%. Looks like we're getting a little bit more than that on this move down for SoundHound. Let me just, before Derek goes over the numbers, hopefully you're going to look at them. Hopefully we get them. $6, again, looks like it can hold that level. It's probably a decent area to start to buy some SoundHound if you believe in it. Down to $5, $5.50 or so for SoundHound. I could see that being a great little buy area. Again, like the stock, man, and we can drop some anchors on this from its IPO as well and see where we're at. We're perfect, right into that level. $5 on SoundHound. If we can grab something there, I like the stock SOUN on a downside push right now. SOUN, do you have them?
Yeah, I have them. So I'm not seeing how it compares to estimates. I think we're always going to see different estimates, but I'll read based on the estimates I have. So they reported revenue of $25.1 million. Apparently that's up 89% year over year. It's also record Q3 revenue, and it beats the estimates I was seeing of $23.68 million. So it seems like they beat here on revenue. It also seems like they beat here on EPS. So they were expecting an 8-cent loss per share. They reported a loss of 6 cents per share and a non-GAAP loss of 4 cents per share. So that does seem like they beat across the board, guys. I'm not seeing really anything that would lead to this move down. But I mean, it's not such a thing as good or bad earnings. It's how the market reacts. I'm going to look at these year over year. Oh, their GAAP gross margin dropped on a year over year basis. That might be it. So 48.6% versus 72.9% last year. That is quite the drop there for GAAP gross margin. I apologize, guys. I'm reading these reports basically off the financial statement itself. So taking me a moment, but I will get you guys all the earnings of your dreams.
All right, so there it is right now as well. We just got Rivian. I guess it's Volkswagen right now. I mean, big story, looks like Volkswagen. There it is on Rivian. I want to say a big thank you to Coffee Trader there in the chat. Goes, hey, dude, look at Rivian. Faster, leaner, more efficient. Rivian and Volkswagen Group announced the launch of their joint ventures. So that is now complete. So this joint venture, I believe, gives Rivian, I thought it was $4 billion or so right now in cash. So that'll be a nice little move for them. Current debt, $5 billion, almost $6 billion. So a nice little opportunity there. They're getting $4 to $5 billion in cash from Volkswagen. Their market cap is only $11 billion. So Rivian right now, it's amazing you can have a market cap of $11 billion yet lose $37,000 a car. Obi and I can build a car for minus $37,000. No problem. We just need to make sure. That might be a problem, actually. I don't think we can do that. Minus 97 cents, their earnings per share. There's Rivian getting that deal done, it looks like, right now with Volkswagen. So thanks, Coffee Trader. This was expected play on Rivian, so no surprise there. But I guess it's always good when deals close and there's nothing involved with it. That's the news that I just got there from Benzinga. It looks like Kava must be out.
Yeah, I have those numbers.
Okay, so let's just have a look to see what it's doing. So, all right, up 3% right now. It doesn't look like Kava wants to do too much. What we were expecting on Kava, and we'll throw it over to you in a second, was an EPS of 11 cents and revenue of 234.86. So what do you got over there? The implied move for Kava was 12%. It looks like it'll be a little disappointing right now.
So they actually beat GAAP earnings of 15 cents versus 11 cents expected per share. Sales, $243.82 million versus $233.59 million expected. So they beat by about $10 million here. Apparently, there's 11 new restaurants opened during the quarter. Year-over-year revenue growth of 39%, 25.6% apparently here for restaurant level profit margins. I'm going to read through some of the highlights in their report. Yeah, it looks like a lot of year-over-year growth from what I am seeing here. Also, their adjusted EBITDA grew quite nicely. So $33.5 million this quarter compared to $19.8 million year over year. Beats I'm seeing across the board here for CAVA. We are also waiting in 1 minute for RKLB, and there's another one coming at that time, and I'm going to check what it is. It is Oxy.
Yeah, Oxy just came out, so you're going to be busy for a minute again. We'll wait for Brian Shannon coming through. But there goes Kava, as Adair was talking about. We just were cycling through some of those names. We had it on Kava, and then there it goes, 160, a nice mover right there for CAVA. Again, thank you, Adara, for those numbers there. 15 cents beats 11, 243 versus 233. Big beat everywhere for CAVA. Looks like it's giving you that 12% move. I mean, again, we're bringing these numbers to you. It was only up 5% when we brought it to you. Told you it was a beat. Adair dropped it down there. There it is. Nice little move upside for Kava. We continue to look around here. Let me check on IBIT right now. We'll wait to see what's going on with Bitcoin.
I finally have all the Spotify numbers out here too.
Just real quick right now. Yeah. I do have some bad news a little bit there for everybody that's a holder of Bitcoin, because we are starting to go back down there. Nice little bounce off of 90,000 again. Like, what's going to happen when we break this? Where are we going to go? Keeps on trying to break, now back down another $1,000. It's so crazy to say that, but down again. I should just call $1,000 a point. Down on IBIT, down on Bitcoin right now. What are the numbers you want to go over?
Yeah, I finally got the actual Spotify prints, and it's actually not as strong as the report as you would expect.
Right, coming back in.
So revenue here, it's in euros. I'll read it in euros. 3.99 billion euros versus 4.02 billion euros expected. That's a miss. What about earnings per share? 1.45 euros versus 1.72 euros expected. Also a miss. Premium subscribers up 12% year over year. Their monthly active users here are also below expectations, 640 million versus 640.8 million expected. However, their outlook for MAU slightly beat expectations. They see 665 million active users for Q4, and analysts were looking for 664. So they barely made estimates there. They also had lower than expected revenue guidance here for the next quarter, but their operating income actually beat guidance. So mixed but generally negative report for SPOT.
Yeah, good little look there for Spotify. It's nice to see Occidental trying to make a little bit of a move back up here right now. I mean, you're not going to get too much out of line here on Occidental. Again, we'll get those numbers to you in a minute. I don't see them, but for right now, Oxy, I believe, is out, and it's just kind of dancing around right now. So not a whole heck of a lot happening right now with Occidental. Still up that one, sorry, not up. This is a 1 minute chart, up a little bit off open, but still showing down on the day considering that. So, all right, nice moves there. All right, Rocket Lab is now out, RKLB. Wow, we do have a little bit of earnings today, don't we? There goes Rocket Lab. They last quarter was minus 8 cents. We are looking right now, it looks like they get minus 10 versus minus 11. So slightly better on the EPS. We also get the estimate there of 105 versus 102 or so on revenue. So Rocket Lab with a short float, I mean, we'll talk about some of these names with Brian coming out, but again, short float, something to look at again when you're looking at these stocks. Look at Rocket Lab's chart. Oh man, this one's really traded well over the last little while. Another nice move there for RKLB up to the high side. Spotify is what everybody wants to talk about. Spotify up now, huge. There's the tick for Spotify, 455. I mean, just continuously moving higher now with Spotify, as well as Kava. We don't have any Kavas around here, but apparently this place is great. Kava, nice upside. Are we getting any push through on CMG? No. Just thought some of these restaurant chains might be going to the upside with a Kava, but it doesn't look like that as well. All right, so we do have Oxy. Is that what you're...
we have Mara. Okay, apparently Mara...
If we have Mara, let's do Mara.
I'm confused. Apparently it's just been like chilling here. Okay,
not, this is I don't believe it's out yet, is it?
Yes, it is.
Okay, well, Mara right now, not even read through it because it's not down that much. Right now, we are expecting Mara. I thought we were going to get Mara at 430, but we don't. I'm not sure it's out, but right now, there's Mara right now. Yeah, Rocket Lab up 60% in 1 month. That's it. Okay, and we did have a nice move back in on Tesla as well here today. Tesla down 6%. What a move we saw for Tesla. And boy, oh boy, did we trade that today as well. We had a $20 winner at one point on Tesla off of that top there today, but we closed it for 17. And what we wound up trading on Tesla was we were just short all afternoon, all morning. We talked about that into this area. So we had 343 short, covering it down here at 327 for about 16 to 17 cents. Tesla, one of the worst stocks today. As far as like one that you could own that's widely held, Tesla down 6%. Definitely hurts. All right, Adara, one more review, and then we got to go over to Brian.
Yes.
What do you want to talk about?
Mara casually just released their earnings, and I think maybe the reason this was missed is because this is what they put out. It is a 22-page document in very, very tiny print. But I've gone through this document. I'm going to go through it. If I see anything more about interest, you know what I will be. I will be putting that in the chat for you guys. But basically, revenue here, $131.6 million for the quarter. Analysts were looking for 148. So that would be a miss. It's also down quarter over quarter, though it is up by 35% year over year. Their BTC block production here up nicely quarter over quarter. Their holdings in BTC slightly up here quarter over quarter. I'm going to keep looking through this report. but I think their energized hash rate also raising to their EH per second, raising their daily cost per petahash is lowering. So that's a couple metrics worth noting, though. Their revenue is down on a quarterly basis, and that's the second quarter in a row we've seen a decrease.
All right. By the way, SoundHound. You believe in this company or what? SoundHound positive. This was down. Like this closed at 750. Report came out. This goes to 610. Remember what I said about SoundHound? I even put an anchor on this from right here, from its IPO right here on SoundHound. And I mean, again, you can go over a weekly chart, and I'm just going to show it to you. So here's the stock right here. If you're going to drop, I mean, I think an anchor is better on a daily for this SoundHound. And we're like, hey man, if this can drop into $5, how much did we like this stock? So there's the anchor. Whoops, I don't know if I had one on before, but I'll try to put it on right now. There we go, right there. Anchor from IPO, right down in here to $5. I was like, are we falling into that? It doesn't look like it. SoundHound trying to hold right there, but the master of anchored VWAP is here, and I'm not going to wait any longer. It's Trader Talk. Let's go. Brian, how are you doing today, my friend?
Hey, Sean, you called it. You said, hey, if you're looking to buy this SoundHound, here's the place to do it. So nicely done on that.
Yeah.
I was long SoundHound coming into today, but sold it because I did not want to hold through that nonsense. That's for sure.
Right.
Anyways, yeah, good day otherwise.
Yeah, we want to talk about that a little bit. If I'm going long term, I don't really care about earnings report after earnings report unless there's a really big fundamental change. Then maybe we'll look at some of our longer term holdings. But I get the feeling that from a swing trade perspective, and you just mentioned it there on SoundHound, would you ever play something into earnings, or is that kind of like a flat and then react after, maybe hold half your position? How do you play a name that you like that potentially has earnings in the next couple of days?
Yeah, typically it depends on how big of a cushion I have. And this is a conversation I just had with some subscribers today, is that, if I've got a 20%, if I've got the stock up 20% and I'm holding a small piece of it, I'll give it a shot. But generally, I'm the believer that a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. I like my profits, and I don't like the stress of seeing it drop from 7.5 down to into the low 6s, and then come all the way back. I can always get back in. I didn't in this case, but it'll set up again. I'm never worried about missing a trade.
All right, we're going to work on your screen sharing because we want to make sure that we can get that done for you.
Was it not sharing? Did I? Okay, that's my fault.
Okay, good. Because we're like, did we have that hooked up there or not? Okay, so now it's good now. Okay, good, perfect. All right, so a couple things that we just saw. We saw you tweet this out, and I asked you about this. I asked this to you a while ago about China, right? And we had talked about the move up and some of the stimulus packages and whatnot. I see a tweet here that you've mentioned ADRs. You don't trade them. They're like unprofitable biotechs. It's important to know what you shouldn't be trading, almost just as much importance as you should know what you are trading. So there today, why don't we talk about that? If there's any sort of thing, anything you want to show about this, but FXI today, I'm with you, man. I sold Alibaba. I was lucky enough to get out of Alibaba up at 117, which turned out to be pretty much the top. I cannot believe we were able to get that. And then it fell all the way back in. Now, they just had a huge singles day, Brian, and it's still falling down. So what's your feeling here about China, and what do you mean by unprofitable biotechs?
Well, the way unprofitable biotechs can run up all at once and get people sucked in, and then they open on a gap lower and everyone's disappointed and losing all their money. Not necessarily maybe that bad, but I have not traded Chinese stocks in probably a decade. And that tweet that you just read, that was a retweet of something I tweeted in 2021 saying, listen, I don't trade these things. And I wasn't tempted at all on this most recent run up because you have all these gaps and it's just too difficult to control risk. Our job is, I've told you this before, my favorite Alan Greenspan quote was, my job was that to manage the risk of the economy. Right. Our job is to manage risk for our portfolios, and holding these China names is not a good way to manage risk. You've got gaps in both directions where you're just stuck, with a coin toss each morning.
I think if you're definitely looking at trading some Chinese names, definitely something that you're going to have to play, news, get in, get out, try to play the momentum. So I do agree with you on that one. All right, but quickly, I want to talk a little bit about crypto. We only have a couple. I got to get some more time with you, man, because we always seem to be going pretty quickly here. I don't know if you just saw this. I've been trading IBIT all day. I'm sure you're looking at this again because you probably get lots of questions. So that's now 3 times that we've basically touched 90,000. The first time we touch it there overnight, basically at our session, 2:15 in the morning, drops all the way to 85. These wicks, I'm assuming, didn't happen. Down to 85,000 again right there. Then we touch it again, back into 88, again right there on close, and now we fall back. So I don't want to talk too much about, again, we have the screen sharing up. Here's IBIT. This is a name that we like to trade on the show because we don't have spot crypto. So right now for IBIT, you mentioned maybe getting long some BTC back into some of those Trump levels. What can we drop? Can we drop some anchors on here? What are you looking for IBIT? Is there a better tool for you to trade? Maybe some MSTR. We saw that hit all-time highs today as well. What are you looking to do here in the crypto space?
Yeah, Sean, I'm just a believer that you trade, similar to gold. I wouldn't trade GLD because you've got those gaps similar to the FXI. The problem with the FXI is it trades in China, and if it was down in China, 2%, well, it has to open down 2% to match those prices in the U.S. If gold was, if Bitcoin, while it's, gapping up or trading up overnight, that results in a gap for the IBIT, which is nice on the upside, but when it starts going in the other direction, there's just too much risk. So I trade, Bitcoin straight up at Gemini.com. That's where I trade it. But obviously, this is doing very well. And we have, looking at that week to date volume weighted average price. Yep. So since the gap up, the buyers have come in Monday and Tuesday. They continue to hold this up. I think if we start to see pullbacks and that breaks down, then hopefully we get a test of the anchor from the election. That's that orange line, orange for the color of the hair and skin of the president-elect. So that's since the election. So that's what I'm hoping, Sean, is that we start to see some pullback. It does so in a kind of little stair step like that. And this would be a great place to start to see it, rebuild for another push that eventually gets it to that 100,000 level. I've got a small piece that I'm still holding, but it's only about a 20% position.
Yeah, I think that seems to be the case for a lot of us around here. It's like you never have too much faith. Those that have faith have a lot of it, and those of us still running a little skeptical there. I think you're right. Starting to piece some out there on BTC. Nice move to the upside. So many other names too. Solana, Ethereum. They're all starting to go. Very, very exciting time for the crypto space. Yesterday was record inflows. Of course, as we see that huge move breaking back up. I like crypto, as do you, it seems like, so that's going to be a good one. And again, play the momentum like it's just like a stock, right? Would that be healthy, those pullbacks? Obviously we're looking to buy some. I think it's run of the mill. We've seen a lot of stocks do those moves. We've seen NVIDIA pull back to 100 before, now at all-time highs again for NVIDIA, closing about $1 away from that today. Pullbacks are healthy, no?
Pullbacks are great. They give that opportunity to refresh, especially when, like me, when I buy them, I sell into strength on the way up. And then, as we are up at 59 or 89,000 in Bitcoin, I only have a 20% position left that I established down at 62,000. So I'd love to see it pull back, kind of reset up again, and then maybe I pay 82,000 for it and get a full position on and start piecing that out on the way back up towards 100,000. So, I've got Tesla on the screen right now, Sean.
Perfect.
And that, I think I saw you had great shorts in there today. It's in that pullback mode. I'm looking for it to hopefully come down also to the anchor from the election right here, and hopefully get a bounce from there. We saw the SPY get a precise bounce right from that anchor from the election today. You just cannot make that up. Even when you look at a 5-minute time frame here, you can see, look at where the buyers came in right here, right at the anchor from the election, and the same is true for the NASDAQ. So these are not arbitrary levels. These are levels that institutions are saying, well, what was the catalyst? The catalyst was the election. That got this momentum moving. As they are looking to add to their positions, they say that's the average price since there, that's fair value. I'm sticking a bid in. They get long. They provide that support at that level, and now we're up and away from it.
Back to 89,000 goes Bitcoin as we speak. Yeah, good levels there. I mean, look, the anchored VWAP, again, if you're going to pick big time moves, go to a catalyst, go to that election day, just like you mentioned there. Great little look on that one. All right, you and I have talked about Disney. I'll give you a second to call this up. We've looked at Disney a couple times. Those of us that have watched the show know sort of my affinity for this $80 level. We were unable to get into that level. I was being very, very patient, trying to reload this thing. We got some out on the Nelson Peltz bump up there. He did not get a board seat and you fell all the way back down. But now we're hearing some great numbers from Netflix on streaming. We're hearing some great numbers from Amazon as well on their Prime. You know, maybe Disney could turn this around. Apparently box office getting better. Moana 2's coming out. Some good little looks coming for Disney. What say you here? Earnings coming out, Brian, on Thursday. For me, we're at that dreaded 200 period moving average. We love dip buys. I mean, I think 94 would be pretty good. Disney generally moving 5 or 6% on earnings, not expecting anything huge. But are we at a breakout level now if we break this 100? Anything scaring you about this stock?
I just, you know, I've never really been much of a believer in Disney. If you look at the longer term chart, it's still maybe neutral at best in here. We saw a move up to the anchor from that all-time high that got rejected. So we put another anchor off of that. And that's where we are right now, along with the 200-day moving average, as you mentioned. We've just come from 85 to 100. So we had a 17% rally. It's a mature growth name, I think. I wouldn't be surprised to see it drop down in towards that, 50-day moving average, maybe down near about 95, 96. And then you could look for it to rebuild and then maybe get involved. But up here where it's, a more mature growth stock, that I think you're chasing it at this point. The point, I would be more interested in protecting myself than looking for new entries in here.
It's Brian Shannon. It's maximum trading gains with an anchored VWAP. We have your X on there at Alpha Trends. Everyone can go find you there as well. Anything interesting coming up? You talked about you're dealing with some members there today, various questions. I know you're very active there on X. Anything you want to promote before we let you go?
Not particularly, Sean. No, just looking for the next good trades. And tomorrow we've got the CPI in the morning, so
yes.
A little light ahead of that.
Remember last week when we talked, before I let you go here, remember last week we talked about Palantir and how it was on an island, and that we tweeted some other names out, and you said, you like these kind of island trades, and thank you for the post that you made out as well. We looked at Roblox was another one of those example, Upstart, some of these names that have really started to go. And I just want to say, more credit to you again, because if you come over here on Palantir, you talked about hey, maybe we're just getting started and maybe hold it until this bottom here, 48 and change. Breaking through 50 now. Looks like Palantir continues to go higher. So good call on that one. We also have RBLX continuously moving as well off of that island push up to $55. So seems like you got some good little looks there. Any one name that maybe you want to leave us with that we can look at, maybe discuss next week? Anything you're looking at maybe off the cuff a little bit?
No, not really this week, Sean. I'm kind of light here. I think they're mostly a little bit extended, and I'd rather wait for them to settle down. I just don't see the low-risk entries right here yet.
I like that one. Thank you so much again. Maximum Trading Gains with Anchored VWAP. It's Brian Shannon, a big guest of the show, and I want to thank you for coming through every single week, unless it's Stocktoberfest. That's what it was. Thank you, Brian. Take care, and we'll see you very, very soon. That's Brian Shannon. Ciao, my friend.
Thanks, everybody. Good night.
Great guest and humble at that. I mean, give him all this credit for such a great book. I mean, this is the book that's passed around the most here for sure on the floor. So we want to thank him for sending us a copy, and a great one, great read. And we use Anchor VWAP. I don't use Anchor VWAP as much, but VWAP and just understanding how that all works, big time uses right there. I'm going to start to use the Anchor more and more. I know Obi was talking a little bit about that here today as well. Okay, dear, are you ready?
Sure, yes.
You want to do roll call?
Let's do it.
Let's do roll call now.
Okay, going. Okay, thank you so much to Sean for being here. Thank you to Ramin for staying back. Obi's here. Shout out to Obi for killing it this week. Hopefully Neil's having a great time. Shout out to everybody's here. Everybody's not here. And let's get going here. Royal Dixon, Eli. We have Michelle Muir. We have Lost Hansen. We have Everything Essence. BB, Nightbot. Why not shout out Nightbot? Mile H. Mile High Miles. We got the Corleone family. Shout out to you. Ooh. Brian Shannon, thank you for being here. Thank you for everything you do. Apple Fritter, Melissa Murphy, TH, Christopher, Drew. Yeah, I see what you're doing there, Drew. I get that pun. I'm not going to read that, but thank you. Michael, Starburst,
that was a good
Bora, John yeah, it's a great one. John Manzoni, Fernando. We've got Frank, T-Man, Trader T, Oscarito, Sparkshop, Pete Nova, Michael Parlato, Sister Girl from Another World, Ozan, Zion Lela, Shanti, Chris R, Shane D, Daryl Flinch, Simon, Oliver, Alfredo, Maher, the Corleone family again, Starburst again. We got Baseball Card, TH. We have Alan Smith, Stock Slicer. Hold my turkey leg. I got to end with that. Thank you guys so much to everybody for being here. We love being here with you every single day, and we'll be back tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow's been another big one, man. We're going to talk about some Spotify, still going upside now as well. Kava, big report there, Maple Bear, so on and so forth. I want to thank our guest, Brian Shannon, for coming through. I want to thank Bears vs. Bulls again, and great moderator, and thank everybody for joining us. Over 4,000 of you stayed late, so we want to thank you for that as well. All right, it's 4:30. My plans tonight. Indoor winter baseball training sessions. We had our annual general meeting yesterday. That went to like 10 o'clock. That was way too late. Today we hit back there. I got those soft training they're not tennis balls, but they're like hard balls, but they're soft, so very easy to get some ground balls. We got some interesting drills to come tonight for the girls. What are you up to?
I have no plans. I might try to do some writing. I might walk around. I don't know. We'll see. Walking and writing and baseball. I hope no matter what, you guys enjoy your evening. From everybody here at Trader TV Live, that's Adara. I'm Sean. That's Ramin. That's Obi. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Ciao. See you.